Hi there. So, our government is making us fat and sick. Now, that's a pretty bold statement. So, let me explain. I've been watching the Fat Summit hosted by Dr. Hyman, and it's telling us how fat is really good for us. It's a ton of experts telling us that it's healthy and it's actually going to help us make us thin. Now, the thing is, the UK, which is the most obese nation in the European community, is taking initiatives to help their people lose weight and get healthy. They're actually going to reduce sugar in products by 40% within the next 4 years. And there's talk about adding a tax to high sugar foods like sodas and so forth. That's fabulous. Now, what are we doing? You don't want to miss that. I'll tell you in a minute. So what we're doing is we're dragging our feet. Our government is dragging their feet. And you'll hear me say our government, and you probably detect a little bit of an accent there. And it's true, I'm not American. I was born in Argentina, raised in Mexico, lived in Switzerland for a year. Then I came here in 1986. I stepped foot out of that plane in Florida, felt that warm, salty breeze on my face, and I said, I'm home. I loved it. And since then, I've gotten my degrees here, I've worked, I've paid my taxes, I've married a handsome, tall American guy. My children are American, I became a citizen. And so, you know what? I think I've paid my dues. What do you think? You can tell me below, but be nice. Now, back to the subject. The thing is, in the 80s, we were told, and we all thought, that fat made us fat. So these food manufacturers took the fat away from foods and they started packaging things that were low fat and no fat. But no fat means no taste. So they decided to add a ton of sugar. And when they added the sugar, what happened is we're consuming so much sugar, and that's the problem. That's what's making us fat. That's what's making us sick. There's so many studies nowadays. Studies that prove that fat is really good for us. That's healthy fats, of course. Avocados, nuts and seeds, healthy oils like avocado, coconut oil, olive oil, and things that are just good, that nourish our cells, that help us absorb vitamins and minerals. And all those dairy products, if you like them, full dairy, whole milks. But do you think our kids have an option? You think they can go to school and buy whole milk? They can't. They can buy low-fat chocolate milk, which is full of sugar, but they can't buy whole milk. So it's amazing. The thing is, our government's FDA, which is the organization responsible for keeping us safe from food and drugs, like pharmaceuticals and supplements, has 25 people. They really can't oversee everything. And the food manufacturers, they're huge giants that have so much power. Still, the government should be doing more because there is way too much evidence that we need to lower our sugar intake. We need to put back the healthy fats into our food supply. Does that mean you can't do anything about this? Oh, yes, you can. You have a lot of power in how you spend your money. Money talks. So the next time you sit down to have a meal, think, what is that food going to do for me? Is it going to help nourish my cells? Is it going to give me energy? Is it going to make me feel good? Is it going to make me healthy? Or are they just empty calories that were put in a box and everything that's good about it is gone? Use your power. Money is really powerful. If there was no demand for all these foods, there would be no supply. So let's start there. And please start a conversation. We've been dragging our feet on GMOs. The GMOs are here, but over 20 nations have banned them. The trans fats, it took so long to do anything about them. And then we have BPA, which is the lining on all these cans, which are supposed to be carcinogens and causing all these problems for us. And we're still not doing anything there. Dyes, food dyes, the coloring, there are so many countries that are banning them, and we're not. In fact, the FDA says they're perfectly fine. We need to start making a movement here, and the movement starts with a conversation. So please, down below, tell me what you think. Tell me, voice your concerns, and let's start the conversation. Let's get going. You can do it. We can do it. Let's make some changes.